Welcome back to Quilting Mathematics. This happens to be the first in a series of perspective quilts out of a total of 22 in this series. So if you've missed some of the others, take a look on YouTube. You'll find the other ones. We're going to be looking at linear perspective today, which is something that was developed during the Renaissance by Brunelleschi, and Alberti took the development of this mathematical idea and actually put it on paper. The middle-aged artists had a hard time envisioning infinity, and so it was very, very difficult for them to put that in their artwork. But when the mathematicians came on board and were able to explain infinity and understand it, then the artists began to paint with it. I suggest this book by William Dunning, Changing Images of a Pictorial Space. It has all different kinds of perspectives in it. These are simple linear ones, but there are other kinds. So check this book out. I think you'll enjoy it. Well, here is my example of a one-point perspective. In a one-point perspective, as you would be looking at, let's say, a cube, if you're looking at it pretty much head-on, you would see it square, and the lines would be going back in space. As a matter of fact, these lines projected for a long, 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 long ways would actually come to one point at infinity, and that's about what you see right in here. So all the lines in the grid for a one-point perspective actually focus on coming to one point. And again, this is about looking at a cube at eye level. Now, the interesting thing about this quilt right here is you have all ellipses. These are wonderful ellipses. They happen to be beaded and beautiful quilting done here with superior thread. In the center you'll see a heart and an ellipse, and this happens to be a dissection. Down in this corner right here you'll see that we can take the heart, and if we cut it down the center and flip it, we can get an ellipse. Likewise, if we take an ellipse, cut it down the center, fold it back, we'll get the heart. So we have a little interactive quilt here. It's called Delighfully Dutch Dissection. It is Dutch fabric, and delightful because it was a lot of fun to work with, the dissection. And again, remember, dissections go back to Plato, about the 4th century BC, when he asked the famous question, how do you take a square, make two other squares out of it with the same area being equal total to the one square? I hope you've enjoyed this tour of our one-point linear perspective. Stay tuned for 2- and 3-point perspective.